Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. We got 2 videos in a row. It was tough the other day, wasn't it? That was a tough one. That was a lot of crying. So I decided not to play my own games. I will take a look at one of your games. And of course, the second video after coming back is going to be Arty. you might be under the perhaps not mistaken idea that I'm trying to destroy my channel. No, I am not actually trying to destroy my channel. But I did get a note. And this was sent in by Terry 2016 from our clan GFLC, and let's see what the note says. Everyone hates Arty. That's true. That's true. Wait. Oh, there was more to it. All right. Everyone hates Arty until they save a draw. So that's what he actually said. I was trying to tell a joke. Okay, I was trying to be a jokester. Terry 2016 GFLC, and he's going to save a draw, which Prokopka has a lot of draws, as you guys know. I happen to love this map. It's one of the thinking man's maps in this game. Really makes you work hard to win, especially in cases where you have a draw situation and you've got to figure out a way to get the campers, which is really the bottom line with the proc games. Generally, towards the end, you got to figure out a way to dig out their campers. Sometimes it's just an overwhelming rush because you just have a lot more guns. Other times it's a little more tricky. Now, I don't know how this one happens, but I do know that Terry, at least I'm assuming, I'm making an assumption that Terry has a significant part to play based on what he said. So we're in our Lorraine 155-51. This is a tier 8 French artillery, relatively fast shooting gun, pretty accurate, doesn't hit very hard. Don't see a whole bunch of these actually. Let's see what happens. We're spawned into the south and we are running a rammer, a GLD, and an IRM. Improved rotation mechanism. We have some food as well. All right, cool. 20 of the HE types with splash, I believe, and stun. There you go. 6 of the regular HE types with no stun, a little bit more damage, more pen, and we've got some armor piercing. Well, we got a little bit of everything. Terry goes to a pretty standard spot. Be careful here, guys. This is where you can get countered because it's the most common spot in the core layer mirror image on the other side at about 5 or 6 alpha. Is what you're looking for. So he's got a WZ-132 that's moving up, and immediately they catch out the ELC. LC going for Magic Boosh, and is expertly countered by the WZ. Can we get rid of this guy? Ooh, ee, ooh, ooh, ah, ee. Oh, he's just gonna... Sure. Why not? 247, but they didn't quite kill the ELC. Would have been a fantastic kill, except that they have another one. There are 3 light tanks on each side. WZ did a nice job counting. Nobody is on the 5-6 line. Said it before, I'll set it, and I'll set it the other time again, and also again the other time that if you have a team and nobody goes to the 5-6 line, you know you've got a bad team. Or the middle. Almost guarantee every single... That hit, that was a direct hit. Notice no splash. I don't think so. Didn't think there was any splash. That's nice. If you see a setup like this, there's probably... I was going to say there are no above 50 or significantly above 50% players over there, but sometimes you got a TD, let's say the 130. I wouldn't expect a good player in a C-130 just to go to the ridge or the 5-6 line. That wouldn't make any sense. Look at Mr. RHM getting caught out. How is he not dead already? A little late to the party with that shot, but he is now dead. We got a 703, an RHM, and an ELC. Hey, what is the best tonic working for your team against the other team if they're good or if you're bad? What am I trying to say? I don't know. What's the best tonic for the enemy or for your team being terrible? I have completely screwed this up, but you know what I'm about to say. Their team being awful. The Blesk. The Blesk got lit? How on earth was he shooting? You gotta like this though. Look, our ELC. Oh, I can't do it. Daggum it. Alright. Our ELC is up. Is he in the magic bush? No, he's a little bit further back. So up where you can knock down the tree where our ELC, or at least one of our ELCs is. The other one's dead, sure. Why not? We went to the hill. Doesn't really matter that the 5-6 is open because they're not doing much with it. Although they just evened this thing up a little bit. They have killed 2 of our scouts. This is very dangerous for us. They have an ELC even 90 and a Blesk. We've seen their Blesk and heard them, but we have not seen the ELC even 90, or have we? Where's the little doodad? The little C doodad. No, we have not seen him. Kind of suspect he's on the 1-2 line, but it's possible that he's over near the hill. I mean, he could be at Alpha 6 camping. Who knows these days, guys? Who knows? Do not move past 53 TP. Yeah, guys, come on. Learn this. Over here, learn this. See where the ELC even 90 is? Here, this is a huge problem on this map with bad players. Or players who don't know. You know, just because I say bad player, you could be a new player, but you're still objectively bad because you're new, you're trying to figure it out. For those of you who don't know, who are watching this channel, I doubt there's any left at this point based on how long this game's been going, but I still feel like I have to say it because you see it all the time. When your scout is forward lighting, don't drive up next to the scout or on the same level with him. Stay back. He's a little far back, but right now he's trying to figure out where the other enemy scouts are. So he doesn't want to YOLO forward and die. He's also kind of been forced to be very careful because he's the only scout left on our team. So some things are conspiring against him here. Stop crowding forward. What you want to do is be forward enough that you can get him in draw distance, but far enough back from your scout that you're not going to get lit. Remember, they have a Blesk and ELC even 90. So I wish I didn't have to say that at this point. If it was a truly new player, then no problem. But sometimes when you look at these guys with tens of thousands of battles and they're still doing this stuff, still moving up next to their scout, still getting way too far forward, how many times do you have to get obliterated before you learn something? Tens of thousands, my friends. Tens of thousands of times for some people. All right, 53 TPs moving across. And we've already, so we're 1/3 of the way through. We've only lost 3 guys on each side, and since the average time of a game in this, or a match in this game is somewhere around 6 minutes or so, we're already headed into what you might consider overtime for a World of Tanks game. That is skewed higher on proc because they tend to last much longer. If you go ahead and look at the map stats on one of the sites, you'll notice that proc has one of the longer durations in the game, but that is because it is a bit campy and takes a little bit of work, a little bit of attrition before you can gain an advantage and collapse a flank. It is difficult on this map to collapse a flank unless one of the teams is terrible. Okay, there you go. Boy, we're just waiting for him. He's gonna love it. He's like, I've been spotted. Great, Arty's gonna shoot me, and yep, Arty shot me. Takes another big hit. So we've got 918 damage, 1059 was stunned. That we know about. Sometimes it can be tricky with the damage on Arty hitting tank or targets that are dark and all that good stuff. You also notice with this thing, the 155 or what is it? What are we on? 155, 51. The azimuth or arc that it can shoot is relatively narrow. It is one of the things that's kind of difficult to work with on the French artillery. Generally, what that means though, when you have a narrow arc, is it's a more accurate gun. There you go. Problem is it bumps against the rotation bump much more when you have a narrow arc. You kind of have to plan where you're aiming. And right now he's got this Skoda, continues to get lit. So while he's reloading, kind of hang out here. Nothing going on over in the 1-2 line. If you take a look over there, so this is where all the action is. Arty tends to shoot things that are lit. Much like this right here. Oh, he did not back up, and we shot long, so that hurt. We did look over on the 0 column a little bit and try to help the hill. That is difficult because it is a back slope and it makes it a harder artillery shot. These artillery, the French ones, don't have too much of an arc. An arch. All right, this is probably going to hurt. I'm feeling for this guy. He's just he's losing 200 hit points a shot. And he's down to about 2 shots. So he's going to have to think long and hard about getting spotted again. Maybe the, oh, okay, no, AAT-60. Yeah, I think I would have shifted the azimuth over a little bit to begin with. That gave you more options with the 2. I didn't realize they have 2 AAT-60s, and they are platooned. So there's a simp player, probably a decent player on the other side. Our TDs are just sitting there. That is not a surprise. We do have an AAT-60 back there, but again, we only have 1 light tank. The ELC is probably in about the best place he can be for the moment. Looks like the hill's kind of handling business. It's 4-4, and we're closing in on 5 minutes left, so we've got 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh, by the way, their artillery is that away, up to the top left, so I don't know, probably A1 or 2 is where he's shooting from. That's something to put in your cranium if you notice it, where the markers are coming from for the enemy artillery, because at some point you may want to be ready to either shoot it or If really it gets really stagnant, maybe some counter to think about. Although counter Arty just isn't that good anymore. Oh, JP dies. Nice work with the AAT-60. Notice how he moved up and now he's getting some spots. That probably should have happened a while ago with him. The Bless just got spotted way over there. So if we can find their ELC, and I imagine he's right up in the AAT-60's face. Let's see where he lights up. Knocking down that building and the other building. You know, honestly, if you have a fast-firing artillery, sometimes knocking those buildings down will help you get shots later in the game. Wounded AAT-60's making a runner. This is going to hurt. If he's no, okay, he's not going to. He might. Our AAT-60 might pop and light him again. Doesn't look like it. All right, XM57's making a move. Has he taken damage? He has not. Although we just lost the Su-30. All right, there's their ELC. Not a surprise. The XM drove right up on him. He should have bailed long ago. Is that going to kill him? Oh, we missed him. That's one way you can deal with the enemy scouts. If you think they're pretty far forward, obviously you're going to take a bunch of damage doing so. And there he goes. He just got killed. But it did push their ELC out. Unfortunately, we were not able to kill him. Now, our ELC just took the opportunity to move up into the magic bush under cover of theirs getting pushed out. And it looks like the two AAT-60s weren't close enough. Oh, he got lit. Look at that. All right, so let's just think about this for a minute. What happened here is our ELC even 90 got to E1. Theirs tried to swing around, and unfortunately ours got close enough that we picked him up moving through the bushes, and it should be all over but the shouting for this guy. Just stab at it. Oh, that is unfortunate. He goes right by. We're going to be able to kill him. We're going to lose our charioteer, I bet. That was an unfortunate exchange. Will our charioteer live? Oh, we just got lit. The Blesk took the hill. I didn't notice that. Blesk took the hill. They went right past the Burr somehow, who's sitting in the bush. This is crazy. We got lit. We got lit because we were not tucked up underneath right there. There are some lines of sight from the top of the hill into that area. We're going to use the speed. Another advantage of this particular artillery is that it is fast. The enemy FV takes a stab, but only gets nothing, I guess. Did we get stunned? We might have. I don't know. And they take the hill. So this is a problem. It's 9-10. We're going to change positions. Blesk is dead. That was a great kill by the GSOR 1008. And now that is advantage us. In theory, this should be all over but the shouting for our team with the even 90. Let's see what he does. We do have to chew through some XM57s. The AAT-60 is over there. And I'm assuming that's the T-32 last seen on the hill. When you have this kind of advantage on this map, unless our even 90 makes a huge mistake or somebody else continues to push, like the 53 TP who appears to be hell-bent on dying, we can find ourselves in a problem once we get behind too much. But let's see how this goes. Remember, we know this is going to be close to it. Yeah, there you go. 53 TP just died. Dumb move. Really don't know why he would have done that, but I don't know. I ask that question a lot about players in this game. Why they do that, I don't know. Fire. Man, I just shot that a little earlier. There you go. No skill for you. When I initially saw that, I said, holy cow, did he just kill skill? But no, he killed a copycat name. Two XM57s, T-32 on the other side. We have a GSOR with some hit points and a charioteer with a good gun. Now, I don't really like where the charioteer is. I wish he'd put a little bit more spacing between himself and the rest of the bad guys right there. The ELC really has some nice cover. If the charioteer would fall back to the south, we might have some really good stuff going on there. Did we just... What did we fire at? Oh, the other XM got lit. Okay. Was that a blind shot? I don't know. Full hit point XM. ELC's got him lit. Are we going to get reloaded before he goes dark? He is trying to pull back out of the line of sight or out of the vision range of the ELC. Knows he's in a bit of trouble. Boom. There we go. This should take a chunk off of him. Don't know. Looked like it went a little long. And we did see the explosion on the ground, so it didn't hit him directly. ELC should probably get on his horse. He can, depending how he's set up, he should be able to drive right up the 1-2 column and outspot the XMs without doing a proxy light situation. So him sitting there is not a great idea. Bit of advantage right now between him and the charioteer and the artillery on taking out the XMs. It looks like he's maybe thinking about it, I hope. All right. And based on this being a draw, I think what's really going to happen here potentially is he dies, although we are pretty almost a draw, not being a draw. Are we going to get this? Yep, nice. Okay, so we don't have to worry about artillery anymore. We have 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half. Very long game. Charioteer, that would be a draw. Yeah, ELC kind of porking it away for the team, to be honest. Maybe he's waiting for the G-Sword to get in position. Let's see. If the G-Sword gets up there, although X Factor is where the heck is the T-32? He could be just about anywhere back there now. It's been a while since he's been lit there. And the G-Sword made it all the way over there without being spotted. Wow, look at this guy. He's cruising right up the tree line. I don't know why. Well, I guess he can't really sit high. If the T-32 is over to his east, he might get some shots here without being spotted. All right, ELC's creeping forward. What is he actually on the... I can't do this. I can't do it, unfortunately. I want to look around a bit, but I think he's on the... Yeah, it looks like he is on the east side of the bushes, which is a bad spot to be. I don't know. Very strange. ELC is not doing it. You're doing it wrong. All right, there you go. Don't move. Just stop. Guy's behind a dead Hulk. Boy, at 225 a shot, we got a while. Oh, look at him. He's just getting crushed. There you go. That's autoloaders, guys. G-Sword. Nice job. Got in the right position. And that is what the ELC needed to do. I just feel like he needed to do it a bit earlier. He could have done that, let the charioteer and the artillery take pot shots at him while the G-Sword got into position. There were better options there. We're down to 1:07. I thought Terry was going to do some kind of heroic charge in and do some shooting kind of thing, but maybe it's just a last-second shot. ELC, man, you got to get in there. Find that XM. Where's the T-32? We got 50 seconds. Charioteer's looking for a shot. I honestly think he should maybe be a little closer. ELC's going low. Okay. He's getting into a position where he's going to get himself proxy lit. All right, there he is. Quick shot. Hit him. Nice. G-Sword maybe getting shots. Charioteer maybe getting shots. Look at all the extra damage from the tracking and the whatnots. Dead. No. Wow, I thought this was a charge situation. I thought we were going to see artillery getting on his horse, but we do have 16 seconds, and I believe what we're going to see is a last-minute kill. How many hit points? We're going to get a high roll on a 298. I don't think that pinned. Is he going to sit there? Yep. All right. So, as Terry said, everybody hates Arty until they stop it from being a draw. 7 seconds left. Honestly, you wasted some seconds, Terry. You could have waited a few more, maybe even zoom it in just a couple more little titches there. But nicely done. Terry with 3 kills, over 1,000 experience, close to top experience, very close to top experience. 1,741 damage shown. I'll show you the cards after. I believe it's higher than that. Obviously, well, most certainly that guy was dark when he died, and he did other shots. So, I don't know, maybe close to 3,000 probably. 1,059 showing with stun and 618 showing on the counter down there for assist, and he clutch wins it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Nobody complains about Arty. He's correct on his note. Nobody really complains about Arty when they clutch one like that, but of course we're going to complain about it the rest of the time. There you go. Second video in. We're doing Arty. Maybe it's an all Arty channel now. What do you guys think? Throw your comments in the comments section on that one. Stick that in your craw, fellas. All Arty all the time. That's all I've got. Have a good one. See ya. That is not happening ever.